So recently, I did a Halberd pyromancy playthrough in Dark Souls 3, and I genuinely had so much fun, it was actually crazy. And I've honestly been looking forward to this list solely because I really want to talk about how cool this weapon category actually is. So, just a warning, get ready for some yapping. Number 11, the Crescent Axe. So this is called an axe, but it's not an axe, it's a halberd. Why is that? Like, I want an explanation. This thing has the lowest base damage and range in this category, with some mess scalings except for a few A infusions, and it's just a generally boring weapon that really gives me no value. Sure, it may have low weight and requirements with an early pickup, but spoiler alert, that isn't really all that interesting. It even has Warcry. Like, why isn't this an axe, dude? It totally should have been, and it feels like a post-game retcon that it isn't. Number 10, the Crucifix of the Mad King. So I thought that this was going to be incredible, just based off of looks, but I was dead wrong. This is insane, because I literally do not know who put this in the game and said, yup, all good. Like, what is wrong with you? Sure, dark damage is nice, but the only thing it does for this weapon is make it look edgy, when in reality it's trying really hard just to get attention. Abysmal scalings, decent damage. The moveset is unique and okay, I guess, but the real part that makes me angry is the skill. Now, the skill can do 3 different effects. The first is a roar, the second is a blessing, and the third is a vexation. The roar is an AoE of damage. Nice, yay. The blessing is basically perseverance, but interesting. And finally, the vexation. This spawns an orb that actually follows the player and eventually explodes, dealing damage not just to enemies, but also to the player. What is that? Who thought that that was a good idea? I do not care if it can be dodged. A backshot of dark damage like this hurts like hell. Freaking go look up good game design, because you made a cool looking masterclass of a weapon design so bad it makes me feel psychologically disassociated. Number 9, the Immolation Tinder. Guess what they did? They made a fire weapon be a sorcery catalyst. I just can't, bro. This is too much. Bad physical damage with an A in intelligence scaling is cool, I guess. The skill is just a better Firelink sword skill. Like, I don't know. This is nothing great. I genuinely feel underwhelmed. I really don't know what else to say. It's a frustrating weapon that is extremely confusing and just annoying to use. Number 8, the Glaive. A base damage heavy hitter with bad scalings, even in infusions. Yeah, it's clear what this thing is meant to do. A unique skill to the Halberd category that is outclassed by its better older brother in every single way, even in ways outside of the skill. I mean, really, dude, it's strong, but I just am really sad and disappointed by it in quite a few ways. Gundiers Halbird is better for just about everything, so I personally would leave this one behind. Number 7, the Red Hilted Halberd. Halberd but spicy is the best way to describe this weapon. A different skill, which is, I guess. Better base damage with little bit worse scaling, and worst infusions in most infusions, with A scalings being its highest. Now, it's definitely good, no doubt about it, but the regular Halberd is probably better for most damage-based tasks and flexibility, even with lower base damage. Number 6, the Lucerin. I think that's how you pronounce it, I actually have no idea. But that doesn't matter, because this is a strike and thrust weapon. That's just another weapon to add to the list that exploits weaknesses. And this is actually better than the basic Halberd in a few ways, believe it or not. It has just barely better base damage than the normal Halberd with a lower weight and lower requirements. An early pickup too, and the skill is pretty great on top of that. My main problem with it is the infusions. The best it gets is A, and honestly they're all the exact same as the Red Hilt, and I'm not saying that's bad, that's pretty good. And the weapon itself is still pretty good. I mean, it gets strike and thrust damage on the same weapon, which is just really nice. And the moveset's great. I mean, it's a Halberd, so you know, there's that. But I don't know, man. That infusion, like, suckage really just kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth. Number 5, the Halberd. The first Halberd, and it's actually pretty decent. It is the basic weapon of the category, with good A infusions and a few S scalings peppered throughout, in addition to a simple moveset and reliable damage. It's a good weapon, but nothing that special. Can I move on now? Number 4, the Winged Knight Halberd. Holy morn, who made this thing? 290 base damage is an insane number for any weapon, let alone this massive blending simulator. This is best on a heavy infusion with an A scaling, and on a strength build, it's actually one of the best in pure damage, only beaten by the Splitleaf greatsword when it's two-handed. However, it is clear that the real benefit of this weapon lies in accessibility and damage potential. The skill in particular demonstrates that with a spin-to-win strategy that feels more like a helicopter roleplay than an actual attack, even with the buckets of damage it can produce. And the infusions are unfortunately not great, but they are there to use. It's a good weapon, even if I personally feel like it's only eh. Number 3, the Black Knight Glaive. The Black Knight weapons once again prove why they are some of the strongest weapons in the game, even if this one isn't all that great in this category. This gets a very high base damage with a bonkers 278 AR, even though its mid-scalings make that less impressive. This thing really shines as a dex quality weapon with strength scaling soft capped at the 28 requirement, and in order to truly utilize this thing, you're gonna have to use a quality or dex build. But that's not all. This weapon also does more damage to opponents when they are hit with the blade, actually similar to scythe weapons. And if that wasn't good enough, it too gains that signature 20% damage boost against demon type enemies, which is just insane on a weapon of this caliber. True combos, heavy base damage, a powerful damage multiplier. I mean, seriously, what else could you want? This is the Halberd for dex in my opinion, so if you really want to show off that dex skills with a 15-foot blender, here you go. Number 2, Gundiers Halbird. This is a beast of a strength weapon, and the power that it has makes it feel akin to the Black Knight weapons. Heavyweight with large requirements, backed by wonderful damage and a B in strength scaling. It sounds like a strength builder's dreams, except it gets even better. Not only is this halberd one of the longest weapons in the game, but its charge ability is freaking good, using that range to utilize large sweeping attacks at the end of the rush to deal AoE damage and ruin enemies with a surprising amount of mobility. It can even knock down opponents with that final spin attack. All of that is absolutely wonderful, don't get me wrong, but it gets even better. Not only does this halberd have an immaculate 500 durability, which isn't impressive considering the fact that durability is pretty much useless in the game, but it also actually does extra poise damage similar to the Black Knight weapons. I cannot believe that this is an absolute just powerhouse, like genuinely, this is insane, and it truly is for a strength build. I cannot hype it up enough. Strength builds were blessed the day that this weapon graced their inventories. And finally, number 1, the Splitleaf Greatsword. This does not feel like it should be infusible, and it is. What? And even crazier is the fact that it doesn't use Twinkling Titanite, just regular Titanite. Like, who made it? Who did that? Who decided that? And probably the best of all, the infusions are actually maddeningly good. A scalings with most, and with solid S scalings on a strength infusion, mean it's yet another strength-based beast. But it goes far beyond that. Not only does it get the highest AR out of any halberd on the right strength build, but that skill is just blissfully fun. Spinning around like another dang blender. Holy crap, this game might just be a cooking simulator or something, dude, because there are like 5 different blenders in this category alone. Spinning aside, that skill is deceptively unique as it can actually deflect arrows and bolts, which is actually like really dang cool, and I love that. Now, it cannot deflect great arrows, but at that point you're kind of just getting greedy. Like seriously, you got high damage, unique skill, great infusions, awesome scaling. I'm sorry, you cannot hate on this gorgeous masterpiece, even if the name is a little bit whack. So this video is actually the last melee category specific ranking video for Dark Souls 3, and honestly it feels so surreal. Honestly, I also might be remaking some of these later, like the dagger video or the short swords video, and maybe some others throughout if I feel like the ranking is actually pretty poor. Some of these are pretty low quality, like the first two that I mentioned, but just because I don't have category-specific rankings anymore doesn't mean I won't be ranking more of Dark Souls 3. I still got rings, armor, and fashion, every weapon video, staffs, charms, the pyromancy flame video, boss soul weapons, bosses, enemies. I mean, I got a lot of stuff to go, bruh. Anyways, thank you all for watching this absolute mess, and I look forward to seeing you again. So, without further ado, happy hunting.